Hello and welcome back to a brand new Player 2 Plays, my first for 2022. My name is Paul James and today we're playing Praey For The Gods, a game that snuck out late last year, but a game that I've been really excited for a long time, because it's influenced by Shadow of the Colossus. Heavily influenced by Shadow of the Colossus. Now the game has been out for a month or so at this point, just with our Christmas break that we've just had, but we're going to dive into it and see what it's all about. It's going to be an interesting ride. I'm going to show you off a little bit. There's a lot more layers to it. So where Shadow of the Colossus is a singular experience, there's one story that they're telling, one difficulty level. Sorry, I'm just adjusting some volume. One difficulty level, one plot, and one objective, which is go from Colossus to Colossus to Colossus. They add some different elements in here. There's an overworld. There's some stuff. I mean, obviously there is one in Shadow of the Colossus too, but really it's just a world to navigate to get to where you need to go. And whilst that's still the same here, there are small enemies that you need to take out. There's some crafting opportunities. There's some survival elements, a whole host of different features that are kind of layered on top here that, depending on your opinion when you play through the full experience, may be good or bad. Look for a review from me on the Player 2 website soon enough. I'm currently halfway through the game as I play it now, and I plan to put a review together for the game. I didn't get sent a copy for a review or anything like that. I'm reviewing it because it's an interesting title that I want to still spotlight for good reasons and bad. We're going to get into it now and see what it's all about. We are playing from square one here. I've started a new game. Difficulty-wise, for the sake of this Player 2 Plays, and that is one of the big things, there are difficulty levels and toggles for the survival settings as well. When it comes to this, I've set it, for the sake of the Player 2 Plays, I've set it to easy, and I've set all the survival things down to basically non-existent. So I can't die if I run out of energy while I'm in the water. I won't drown. I'm not going to, like, the enemy damage is down. All those sorts of things. It's not really going to matter for what we're doing in this video. The first boss Colossus thing is just not that bad. So we're in this blizzardy setting, and that's I guess in terms of navigating the world, that's a big point of difference. There is it's a very different setting. You can see we've got our stamina bar there that's rapidly depleting. That's not different to Shadow of the Colossus at all. You obviously had stamina in Shadow of the Colossus you had to work through. But you can just see under it there's these little other bars. Now you can see that little orange one. That's warmth, basically. So we're obviously in a blizzard, and you can freeze to death. And you see if I get close to this fire, you can start to see that little circle start to fill right up. We've got two others that currently aren't active because we don't have the opportunities to fill them up right now for energy, health, health is a little heart bar, but like your stamina and those sorts of things. So you can just start to see, like, they're very, very faint down the bottom there. And 3 totems upgrade your stamina and health. What I've found so far from my playthrough, and admittedly I'm not done, so this could change, is that I'm not in desperate need of totems for more health and more stamina. These things that you've got to smash 3 times each, these are how you take down the big bosses. So each boss will have those on them, and you need to take them down with those. Yep. Grab our hook shot, our grapple hook. So we've got our broader world map here, and you can see there's a very, very small slice of what we're looking at here, but you can zoom right in and scope out what's going on. This is kind of our little initial island that we're on. see there's a little bit of slow-mo as I'm... As I kind of fall and use the hook shot. Which is handy when you're trying to stick some very specific jumps at different points in the game. And even for instances like that where you're trying to cover decent amounts of terrain. There is, and we'll see it soon. Here we go. This is our first. Aggroed the big boy. The big kind of Colossus design, the god design, is sensational. Right. Oh, time to jump right. Whoa! Oh, missed it. There we go. Up we go. You can see my stamina bar is taking a bit of a hiding, so I want to get up and find somewhere where I can stand on my own 2 feet. It's just coming up here, right around its junk. There we go. There's a weak point. The ropes around the Colossus, the bosses, the gods, they're usually a good cue as to where you're going, where you need to be going. Not always. It's shaken off, so I'm going to mash circle to stay on. We'll see if we can take this guy down in one run. Cool. No. Appeared to be stuck. That was a bit weird. There are lots of little collision bugs and quirks and those sorts of things that do cause some headaches with the playing experience. I've been a little bit frustrated on a few times, and in terms of when I'm trying to grab onto something, when I'm trying to hold onto something, it's just not as clean as Shadow of the Colossus. I'd argue even the PS2 version of Shadow of the Colossus, let alone the PS5 Bluepoint remaster. So, like, there's things that need to be addressed. Oh, there's one on the shoulder. Oh. So you're not going to get thrown off right away when they're doing that, if you don't mash the circle button, but you do lose quite a lot of stamina. My stamina fell off significantly there. So mash your way through it to hold on tight while they're shaking you around, and then go again. Oh shit. Soundtrack is stellar. Oh, shit. Why did she stand up all of a sudden? points down. The third one will be on the top of his head in this case, and we can... What you just saw, or what you didn't see, is one of my big pet peeves with the game. The Q to hold on tight just disappears randomly at points, as it is right now. And the gods can move around quite a bit, so it can be sometimes quite hard to know whether they're trying to buck you off or whether it's a fairly standard sort of movement. But there we go. It's a beautiful game. So as you can see, there's 7 gods that we're looking to take out here. Piece emerges in the sky that kind of prompts us for where we're going. Very Shadow of the Colossus in a lot of ways. Putting some of my thoughts on the table now, because we're not going to go and visit some of the overworld stuff now. We're going to wrap things up as soon as this scene ends. The overworld stuff is certainly the weakest part of the experience. I don't feel like it is at all necessary, and in fact kind of just holds back the experience a bit. The combat, the kind of standard combat, because you can get melee weapons and all that sort of stuff, is a little bit lackluster, and so it just doesn't feel very good. It's one of those things that maybe a few patches could straighten up and make it suddenly feel quite viable. The survival stuff is interesting, and certainly if you're playing on those higher difficulty levels, is really going to create a layer of complexity for players that is going to be really, really fascinating and ups that degree of difficulty. I think it's fantastic in that sense. Which also kind of makes that combat feel a bit necessary. So it's a real shame that the combat really feels quite poor. You've got some lock-ons, kind of press the right stick or press R3 to target an enemy and then swing. But there's no parrying, there's no blocking. The dodging is a little bit. So it's a little bit poor in that area, which pulls down some of those other elements. It's a real shame. But the core of the title is taking on those gods, and as you just saw from that first one, it's fantastic to do so, just like what it was in Shadow of the Colossus. So please, if you liked what you just saw from this encounter, having played several more of these so far, taken on several more of these gods already, you will thoroughly enjoy your time with this game. Those other elements, you can, if you want, toggle the difficulty down like what you just like what I've got here. Throw it on story or something like that if you want, and ignore all that other stuff and just go from god to god to god and take them all out. That might be the way to go for you to get the most out of this title. But if you do like some of that micromanaging survival sort of stuff, you've got that there to explore as well. There's lots of little things to find in the world. Nothing's overly well signposted, but there's lots to kind of find and do in the world. Those survival elements are there. There's crafting to improve your armor and those sort of things to help protect you from damage, to protect you from cold damage, to all those sorts of little elements that are there. They're all there to be experimented with. So feel free to experiment with them if you like. That's Praey for the Gods. If you enjoyed this entry of Player 2 Plays, then please be sure to like, share and subscribe. All the buttons are down below, and hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live on the channel. That includes Patched, more Player 2 Plays, Gamer School, and a whole bunch more. There's some awesome stuff there, so please subscribe and go and check it out. Visit the website, player2.net.au, for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series, Patched, the Player 2 Pixelcast, and Dev Diary, where there's been some sensational developer guests on the show in recent weeks and months, and there are more to come. Please subscribe and go and check it out. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au, kicking a few bucks. At the lower tiers, early access to episodes. At the higher tiers, monthly episode exclusives. Finally, there's Twitter. You'll find me at Paul James Games. The website you'll find at player2au. And until next time, that is Praey for the Gods. I'm enjoying it. I hope you enjoyed what you saw from today too. The game is available on PlayStation right now. Go out and get it. Thanks a lot for watching. Cheers.